We're taught to fear what's below us. The monster under the bed, the creature in the basement. But what if the real terror is above? This is a story about fear from the ceiling. A house with a secret lurking between the floors. Ben, 14, moved with his parents into an old country house inherited from a distant uncle. At first, the silence was peaceful. But soon, Ben heard faint scratching above his bed. Every night, at exactly 3:33 a.m., the sound returned, growing louder, heavier, like claws dragging across wood. Ben told his parents, "There's something in the ceiling." They dismissed it as the house settling, but Ben knew better. The noise wasn't pipes or old beams, it was alive. Each night the sound crept closer, reminding Ben he wasn't alone. The house, once a refuge, became a hunting ground. Ben's fear grew with every sleepless night. The scratching became a ritual, a countdown to terror. He tried to ignore it, but the sound was relentless. His parents' reassurances faded into background noise. Ben's world shrank to the space between his bed and the ceiling. He waited, night after night, for the sound to stop. But it never did. The terror above was patient, it was watching. And it was getting closer. The nightmare had only just begun. The scratching became Ben's nightly torment. He dreaded bedtime, staring at the ceiling waiting for 3:33 a.m. The sound changed, now a wet, rhythmic dripping, but no leaks appeared. Ben begged his parents to listen. They promised an inspection, but nothing happened. Then, proof, 3 deep gouges appeared in the ceiling above his bed, as if clawed from within. His parents saw the marks. Fear flickered in their eyes. The sound spread through the house, following Ben wherever he went. One night, the scratching echoed above the living room as the family sat together. Everyone heard it. The house was no longer safe. Ben became obsessed, searching the ceiling for cracks, feeling watched. He stopped drawing, stopped playing games, his sketchbook filled with twisted shapes and clawed hands. The house felt like a prison, the ceiling a living threat. His parents grew distant, unable to help. The terror was everywhere, pressing down from above. Ben's fear became his reality. The thing in the ceiling was moving, it was hunting, and it was only a matter of time before it came for him. One night, the fear broke Ben. At 3:33 a.m., the scratching was frantic, something was trying to break through. Desperate, Ben stabbed the ceiling with scissors. Black, metallic-smelling liquid dripped down. The scratching stopped. Silence. Ben peered into the hole, something blinked back. A single glowing red eye filled with ancient hatred stared at him. Ben screamed, running to his parents. He dragged them to his room, but the ceiling was perfect. No hole, no liquid, no marks. His parents looked at him with worry. It was just a nightmare, they said. But Ben knew what he saw. The demon in the ceiling was real, and now it knew he had seen it. The house grew quieter, but the silence was worse than the noise. His parents watched him with concern but kept their distance. Ben felt utterly alone. The terror above was waiting, and it was no longer hiding. The nightmare was real. Ben needed proof. He bought a night vision camera, aiming it at the spot on the ceiling. That night he recorded as he tried to sleep. At 3:33 a.m. the footage showed the plaster bulging, stretching like skin. The ceiling tore open. 2 long, pale hands with black claws reached down. Then, a face, gray skin, twisted mouth, glowing red eyes. The face turned, staring directly into the camera. Ben dropped the device, shaking. He had captured the demon. This was proof, undeniable, terrifying truth. He clutched the camera, determined to show his parents. Tomorrow they would have to believe him. He didn't sleep, waiting for dawn. The house felt colder, the air heavier. Ben's fear was now a weapon. The demon knew it had been seen, and Ben knew he was not alone. The ceiling was alive. Morning brought an unnatural silence. Ben, exhausted but hopeful, searched for his parents. Gone, their car still outside. The camera was missing too, vanished without a trace. In the hallway, a new door appeared where none had been before. No handle, just a keyhole. Driven by fear and curiosity, Ben pushed it open. Inside was a warped copy of his room, air thick with decay. The door shut behind him, plunging him into darkness. The ceiling pulsed above, breathing. Ben's story ends here. Days later, his online profile posted a final message: "Look up." We're left to wonder what happened in that impossible room. What secrets do our own ceilings hide? When you lie in bed tonight, what might be watching from above? The terror is real. Sometimes it's closer than you think. Look up.